In the late 1960s, war broke out in Nigeria, and that war was between the Biafrans and Nigerian armed forces. So, when this war broke out, the Igbos were not prepared for this war. So, they locally manufactured the weapons which they used in defending themselves. This war lasted for a period of 3 years. When the war ended, the world was surprised at how the Igbos were able to manufacture the weapons which they used in defending themselves locally. Many foreign countries came to examine the weapons. They were amazed, shocked at how the Igbo people were able to manufacture these weapons locally. We're talking about explosives. Now, when the war ended, the Igbos were forcefully reintegrated into Nigerian society. But let me tell you what a lot of people did not know. After the war, the Igbos were globally respected because of how they fought the war. Now, as an Igbo person, wherever you go then, you see people show you respect. Even fellow Nigerians then respected the Igbos because they never expected it. And nobody thought that war was going to last 3 years. Many foreign countries got involved, like the British and some other countries, to come help Nigerians overcome the Igbos. But that's a story for another day. Now, as the war ended and the Igbos reintegrated back into Nigerian society, the Igbos then started migrating to other regions in Nigeria. So, as they now, see Nigeria as their own country. So, wherever they live outside Igbo land, you see them establish their businesses, build houses. But the Igbos forgot what happened to them before and during the war, which was their properties outside Igbo land was seized by Nigerian government. The monies they have in the banks were also seized by Nigerian government. So when the money ended, when the war ended, Igbos were given only 20 pounds. That is, if you are an Igbo person and you have billions in your account, the government will seize it and give you only 20 pounds. That was what happened to every Igbo person when the war ended. The Igbos forgot that their properties were seized during the war. And when the war ended, they started going to other regions and began to build properties again. That was foolishness. They forgot their history. So, as they began to establish businesses, started building properties, building houses. Other tribes in Nigeria remained calm and continued watching, observing them. There is no state you go in Nigeria now that Igbos do not have businesses and properties. So today, in Nigeria, the Igbos are oppressed and intimidated by Nigerians. Did you know why? Because the Igbos cannot cough. If they cough, they will lose their properties. They are holding the Igbos at ransom. If you go to a state like Lagos, every now and then, they burn their businesses, the marketplace, demolish their business. demolish their buildings, their properties. This is why you see they bully Igbos in Nigeria and they cannot cough, they cannot do anything. And these things, this bully is done intentionally. They do it intentionally to provoke you. They know the Igbos cannot do nothing. If you cough in Nigeria, you lose your properties. You refuse to learn from your past experience. I know the Igbos are not coward. When you talk about the bravest tribe or race on earth, you talk about the Igbos. But because their investments are outside Igbo land, they cannot cough because they are afraid of losing their investments. So, if you do not want to be oppressed as an Igbo man inside the territory called Nigeria, take your business back home. Build your properties in your own region. If you fail to do this, they will continue to bully you in Nigeria. I want to end this video here. My name still remains Rodi. What I owe you is the truth, and the truth I have spoken. See you in my next video.